People are waiting a long time for social housing. On average, it takes between 4 and 6 years to get an apartment with the OMHM. That's a group responsible for social housing in the city. Right now, there's about 16,000 applicants on the wait list. Many of them are families. I spoke with some community groups who say that people are desperate, that with the cost of living going up, people can't afford rent without social housing.
They get discouraged. They really get discouraged. And it's hard to witness, it's hard to see. Most of the time they will apply somewhere else. They will either find something else in the meantime. A lot of them will also fall through the cracks.
And when people get into social housing, they still run into problems. Last week, the city's auditor general released a report that slammed the state of social housing in Montreal. The report highlighted a lack of inspections and a lack of repairs. These buildings were rated on a scale from A to E. A being brand new constructions, to D being in poor condition, to E being in very poor condition. And Montreal ranked at the bottom of that rating. 61% of social housing buildings in Montreal got D or E ratings. Stéphane is one of the people who lived in one of those buildings in Hochelaga.
2012, ils ont eu de comme dans la nourriture des murs. Là, ils ont décidé qu'ils nous mettaient toute la gang dehors. Je suis un des premiers partis de là. Puis là, j'ai demandé si je pouvais revenir dans mon logement. Ils m'ont dit oui, ça prendrait 18 mois.
Well, it's been 12 years and he still hasn't been allowed back. That building is completely closed off and has been sitting empty for years. And we spoke with some other residents who live in some other social housing units. They complained of similar issues of cockroaches, of holes in the wall, and of mold. But they feared repercussions for speaking out on camera. But they said that it could take months for their landlord, the city, to do anything.
We are running the risk that the city, if not correct these housings, will be considered a slum landlord. You cannot have the city chasing regular landlord and believing that, or telling them that they must fix their housing while the city itself is in a point of negligence.
The OMHM says they've received $250 million from the provincial and federal governments. They say that's more money than they've received in the past. And a spokesperson says that money will go towards renovating buildings.
The funding is now there, and that gave us the opportunity to also do a lot more projects. So we're at a rate of 150 projects per year.
He says they filter through that long wait list to make sure that everyone on that list still needs housing. They're hoping that with continuous investment from the provincial and federal government, they'll be able to meet the ever-growing demands.